On the day of my follow-up appointment after the miscarriage, Owen made up another excuse and left. A flicker of something close to anger rose in me, but it was quickly swamped by disappointment. Was he really that dense? Or did he just not care? Not that it mattered anymore. Lila, it's not easy for Clara, raising a kid on her own, Owen offered, as if that explained everything. She doesn't know anyone here. She has no one to lean on but me. His words felt like a slap in the face. He seemed to have forgotten that I once had no one but him either. I'm sure it's been hard for her, I replied, keeping my voice steady. But for some reason, that set him off. What's that supposed to mean? What's with the attitude? I said, I'm sure it's been hard, I repeated, my voice now completely cold. Is there a problem with that? Do you have to use that tone with me? He shot back. Then what exactly do you want me to say? I retorted, my frustration and weariness boiling over. A suffocating silence fell between us. Finally, he growled in frustration. Fine, whatever, and hung up. I let out a small sigh and tossed my phone aside. I had more important files to deal with. When my night shift ended, I deliberately lingered at the office for a while. By the time I got home, Owen was already gone. I took a quick shower and fell into a dead sleep, only to be jolted awake by the insistent ringing of my phone. Lila, it was Owen, his voice laced with pain. My stomach really hurts. I mumbled something in response, too exhausted to care, and immediately drifted back to sleep. Sometime later, the sound of the door opening startled me fully awake. Owen was standing by the bed, his face a mask of pain and hurt. Lila, how could you be so cold? Whenever I was sick before, you'd take the day off to look after me. You'd make me congee from scratch, bring me medicine. That was the old me. I remembered one time he had a stomachache, and I took the day off to bring his medicine to his office. I got caught in a downpour on the way and was soaked to the bone. His coworkers laughed at the state I was in, and instead of defending me, he ordered me never to show up there again, complaining that I had totally embarrassed him. Feeling any better? I asked, rubbing my eyes. We're probably out of medicine. You'll have to go get some yourself. Owen was speechless for a second before his anger erupted. He grabbed my arm, his voice a harsh snarl. Lila, how long are you going to keep this up about Clara? I told you, there's nothing going on between us. Oh, okay. My calmness was a stark contrast to his fury. My reaction seemed to infuriate him even more. He slammed the door and stormed out. The silence that followed was, to my surprise, a relief. Owen didn't come home for a few days, and I couldn't be bothered to ask where he was. On the third day, he sent a text saying he was on a business trip, even sharing his live location. Okay, be safe, I typed, a small sarcastic smile playing on my lips. The moment I hit send, a new post from Clara popped up on my feed, a silent taunt, a much-needed getaway. Didn't think I'd be craving cotton candy, but someone insisted on getting it for me. The photo showed a slender hand holding pink cotton candy from a beachside snack bar in California. It was a hand I knew all too well, Owen's. The wedding ring was still on his finger, and the location tag on Clara's post was an exact match for the one Owen had sent me. The wedding ring on my own finger suddenly felt like a burning coal, searing my heart. I yanked it off and threw it into the back of a drawer. From that moment on, work became my only refuge. I drowned myself in endless tasks, trying to push down the bitter ache in my chest. As for when Owen would come back, I no longer cared. Surprisingly, a few days later, his familiar car was parked outside the hospital when I got off work. Seeing him didn't fill me with joy, but with pure, unadulterated surprise. What are you doing here? I asked, my voice weak from a long day's exhaustion. He held the car door open for me. Did you forget what day it is? It's our anniversary. Oh, I mumbled. Sorry, I've been really busy. Too busy? Owen's voice was laced with disbelief. Lila, you used to live for this day. It was true. I never used to forget. I'd plan elaborate dinners and spend weeks picking out the perfect gift, all just to show him how much he meant to me. But he'd always dismiss those efforts as making a big deal out of nothing and embarrassing.